Well, g'day guys, and welcome back to episode 3 of All Things Camping. In this week's episode, we're going to take you camping on a fantastic sand island just off Brisbane. Then we're going to head south to a campground steeped in history in Victoria, and then we're going to head north to the beautiful Northern Territory, and there may be a waterfall involved, as well as all our tips and camping reviews that we bring to you every month. So to start the show off, guys, let's head to the Kumbayuro campground on the world's second largest sand island, Moreton Island. I'm very fortunate to live only a short distance from this island, and I love taking my family there for holidays, especially in the summertime. And I want to show you around that campground now. Moreton Island is about an hour and a half ferry ride from the port of Brisbane in Queensland on the Mycat ferry, and the campground itself is located in the northwest corner of the island. The island is entirely a sand island, so you must have a four-wheel drive as there is no mode roads at all. But we absolutely love going there, and this is definitely one of our favourite camp spots. We love it because of these big open areas, nice shady trees, and plenty of space to set up a camper trailer or caravan. As you can see here, you can have a whole area to yourself, especially when it's not very busy like the time we were there. You can easily get in some of your bigger rigs, like your caravans, but just be wary of the sand as it can get quite soft at times. This is our setup when we were there. As you can see, we had plenty of room to spread out with tents and a camper trailer, and lots of shade, which was great in the real summer sun. The facilities at this campground are absolutely fantastic and brand new. The toilets are great, and there's cold showers if you really need to have one. But this is what we love the most about the Kumbayuro campground. It's only a short walk down to this beautiful bay and beach. What a great spot to take the kids for a swim in the crystal clear blue waters. I highly recommend this campground. Well, that's the beautiful Moreton Island. What a fantastic holiday escape if you're into your four-wheel driving and camping. Well, it's getting late in the afternoon and I'm starting to feel the urge for a cold one, so why don't I take you off to a fantastic country pub, the North Blenheim Hotel. It's absolutely full of history and cold beers. You can't beat driving into a small country town with no expectations at all to suddenly find a fantastic country pub. That's exactly what happened to me when I drove into the small country town of Blenheim in South Australia. Tucked right down the end of the main street of the beautiful historic town is the even more historic North Blenheim Hotel. The hotel first opened in 1869 and has been beautifully maintained with its bullnose veranda, open fireplaces and stone-floored hallways. The hotel offers everything a traveller needs, including beer, great meals, hotel rooms, a beer garden and camping out the back. And as their website says, ice cold beer and a hearty outback feed. Life's simple pleasures. Truly, what more could you want from an outback pub? One of the things I love about travelling across Australia filming campsites is learning all the great history about this country. On our recent trip to the Victorian High Country, I was fortunate enough to film the Stringybark campground. This area is full of history about Ned Kelly and his gang. I learned a lot from being in this area and filming this campground, and now I'd like to share it with you. On Saturday, the 26th of October 1878, a shootout occurred here at Stringybark Creek between 4 police officers and the outlaw Ned Kelly and his gang. As a result of that shootout, 3 police officers lay dead, murdered by the Kelly gang. 1 police officer escaped and raised the alarm, and Kelly took off and was an outlaw for some time before eventually being captured and hung at the prison in Melbourne. Now there's a beautiful memorial here for the murdered police officers and what occurred here all those years ago, and there is also a fantastic bush campground where you can come and camp and spend a weekend with the family walking around, enjoying all the monuments they have here and all the great Australian history. Anyway, it is a beautiful bush campground, so why don't I take you around and show you everything there is here. The Stringybark Creek campground is located about a 3-hour drive northeast of Melbourne, just north of the township of Mansfield. The campground is easily accessible to all vehicles, whether 4-wheel drive or 2-wheel drive, and all camping setups. The roads in are really good. It's set in a beautiful bush setting, and once you're in the campground, opens up into a large, wide open area. It's very nicely grassed with plenty of trees, and you can certainly find yourself a nice little spot to set up in. As you can see, the day we were there, it was raining a little bit, but it certainly didn't put us off camping there. There's a large area in the middle of the campground for walk-in tent setups or just for kicking a ball around. And then there's the more secluded caravan camper trailer type areas where you can just back up, find yourself a nice spot and relax for the night. There is certainly plenty of room for everyone, as it is a very large camping area. There's the usual composting drop toilets that are clean and neat, and you can have fires, just bring your own firewood of course. And not far there's a great little walk down to the very historic Stringybark Creek, which is full of history of Ned Kelly and his gang. Well worth the walk down and well worth the trip. The infamous Ned Kelly and his gang, hey? A big part of Victorian history. Make sure you check it out when you're down in that area on your next camping trip. Anyway, now it's time for our latest product review from Outdoor Camping Disorder, the Aria Shade Tent. Well, if you're like me and you love camping at the beach during the summer months with your family, then you need to get yourself an Outdoor Connection Fiesta Sun Shelter, just like the one I have behind me here. These are an absolute must to set up on the beach or in the park to shelter your family from the strong summer sun. The sun shelter is made from a stretchy lycra material which is rated UPF 50+. It comes in 3 different colours and 2 different sizes, with this one being the large size. But it doesn't matter which size you have, they both pack down really small. I was actually really surprised at just how easy it was to get back into the carry bag. It is incredibly easy to set up, and you can even do it on your own. Simply lay it on the ground and either peg it down or fill the attached bags with sand. Then use the 2 aluminium poles to lift it up and you're away. It's that simple. The shelter is perfect for the beach, park or even the backyard. I carry mine in the back of the car as I just never know when I might need it. The shelter was incredibly easy to set up, going up in just minutes, and it provides great shade for the whole family to sit under. I will definitely be packing the Outdoor Connection Fiesta Sun Shelter into my camper trailer for our next camping trip. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. See ya. What a great product from outdoorcampingdisorder.com. Want to order one now for your family? Jump over to their website at outdoorcampingdisorder.com and order one from Dave now. Anyway, it's time for Tip of the Month. G'day guys. We're here at Live2Camp. We head to some pretty remote areas filming campsites for our website, live2camp.com.au. So in order to not get lost on every trip, we've had to come up with some good ways of navigating our way around. One thing we've found that really works is that we can't rely just on the good old GPS. They're good and they work quite well, but they don't have nearly enough detail. So we always make sure we carry with us at least some good maps, some good detailed maps of the areas that we're heading to as a backup. That way we can use the GPS and the maps together to make sure that we really don't get lost. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I love camping near waterfalls, and the Northern Territory is certainly full of waterfalls. Especially ones like Gunlom Falls in Kakadu National Park, which has a great camp spot right next to it and a very nice walk to a great swimming hole. Anyway, I want to share this campground with you now. Let's go have a look. Located in the beautiful Kakadu National Park, The Gunlom campground is about a 5-hour drive south of Darwin. The road into the campground is dirt and a little bit rough, so I'd probably recommend a 4-wheel drive. But once in the campground, the roads are all bitumen, making it very easy to get around. There's no bookings for this campground, you just pay your fees at the drop box at the entrance. But it is a very large campground with plenty of room for lots of people, even though it can get a little bit crowded during the busy times. It is a big tourist area. There is lots of grass though, as you can see, nicely spread out, and plenty of trees with shade. There's certainly plenty of room for big setups, from tents right through to large caravans. You can even find little secluded spots out amongst the grass like this one here. You can have fires there, you just make sure you bring your own firewood and keep it in the fire pit. But the best part of this campground, the Gunlom Falls itself. There are 2 ways to get there. There's this easy walk down the bottom to take you to the lower swimming hole here, which you might recognise from a very famous Australian film, Crocodile Dundee. It's safe to swim here, albeit a little bit chilly when we were there. Or you can make this much harder walk up this rocky outcrop to the top of the falls. It is difficult, but I tell you what, it is well and truly worth it. Have a look at those rock pools. They're fantastic for swimming, and then there's this amazing view from the top. We spent hours up there just having a look and swimming. It was fantastic, and I highly recommend it. Well, there you go, guys. That's the Gunlom campground in the beautiful Kakadu National Park. What a waterfall. It's one of the best I've ever been to, and I recommend you make the trip there. Anyway, that brings us to the end of our 3rd episode of All Things Camping. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you subscribe down below and give me a like as well. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next episode.